What's up, all you Digidestin of the MontyVerse, and happy Digimon Day. As if you don't already know, I am a huge fan of Digimon, as well as Nikki. And on Digimon Day, every day, I like to do some sort of Digimon content to give back to the franchise. Last year, I did my top 5 Digimon moments, which I will link the video up here. And this year, we're going to cover something that I'm very excited about, which is Digimon Adventure 02, The Beginning, which is the brand new Digimon Adventure movie, which is a direct sequel to one of my favorite movies of all time, and yes, I'm being serious, Digimon Adventure Last Evolution Kizuna. At DigiFest in 2021, the movie was announced, and I've been excited for it ever since, and now it is being released this year in 2023 on October 27th. And at DigiFest this year, they released a trailer for the film, and we're going to react to it.
I can feel the exuberance bouncing off of you.
Well, you know, as any Digidestin should know, we're ready to check out this trailer, and I can't wait to get back into the digital world. Are you ready to check this out?
I'm ready to check it out.
All right, let's go. Starting the trailer for Digimon Adventure 02, The Beginning, right now. Is that?
Aww.
Oh, that's Tai and Kari.
This is very disturbing music.
Oh, the D3s.
本当にいると思う。人間とデジモンは出会っちゃいけない。お互いを不幸にする存在なんだ。あ、デジ玉が
帰る。
立ち上がれ天使は一体どうなってるんだ。
間違いなく大混乱になる。
これはお前の願いから始まってるんだ。止める鍵はルイ君だ。
みんな
行くぞ。
はい。
Oh, that looks gorgeous.
お互いに向き合わないと一緒にはいられない。ああ、分かってるよ。俺はルイを信じてる。いや、これが友情だ。いっけ
Oh.
デジモンアドベンチャー
Oh man.
The Beginning.
What a tease. What a tease that was. But I feel like we learned some things about the movie. It's hard. We were working off like the auto YouTube translate of the trailer.
Yeah.
But
so it was like at the very bottom of the screen.
Yeah, and so it was tough, but it from the beginning, like, it's so weird because that's not... Obviously, this movie is dealing with the O2 kids and this mysterious person, because there's always a mysterious person in a Digimon movie, who they rescue in the beginning of the film. I know that much from last year's DigiFest. And I believe the name, I have the name up here, it's Rui Uwada is the name of the character, who is claiming to be the first Digidestin child. The first child to become a partner with a Digimon. But what's weird is, in the beginning, we see, obviously, Tai and Kari, a younger Tai and Kari, almost from how they appeared in the original Digimon OVA.
I was gonna say that this whole trailer was giving me some weird vibes about both of those first 2 shorts, actually. First, the flashback one, and then the internet one. So,
My War Games.
You're so much better at this than I am.
I'm a huge Digimon fan.
But it was giving me vibes of that. But is that Ken?
Oh my, I'm so glad you said that, because that has to be Ken.
Yeah.
He's the only one in this whole trailer that looks like that. That's not Uwada, because Uwada's got curly brown hair. That's purple hair. That's Ken. Or black with purple highlights.
Oh, I thought Wada had the messy, like, lilac hair.
Maybe. I don't know. Maybe I'm colorblind. I don't know. But that's Ken. But that has to be Ken. So are they time traveling? Are they actually physically going back to the beginning?
It could. Oh God! It's clicking now because the title is the beginning.
That's wild. I mean, obviously we have a giant Digi-Egg over what appears to be Japan.
If it were anywhere else, that would be really weird.
I don't know. Maybe you're right? Maybe France. They like eggs. Little French omelet action. But no, it appears to be a giant Digi-Egg.
Yeah.
And I wonder if that's going to be a Digi-Egg. I mean, I'm sure there's speculation all over the internet that Digi-Egg is going to be used by Uwada to bring back his Digimon partner, which is Ukumon. And what's interesting in this trailer, I'm just skimming through it really quick because there's some stuff in here that I want. First, we get the reintroduction of the D3s, which look to be slightly upgraded. It's not the same exact D3s that we saw in Tri, if I remember correctly, but someone can let me know in the comments. We have Ty's goggles. Well, those aren't Ty's goggles. Those are...
They're probably Davis's
goggles.
That
yeah.
used to be Ty's.
That used to be Ty's goggles. And that's the detector? The D-tracer? I can't remember what that's called. That device is called, but someone let me know in the comments. Yeah, that's Uwada. Yeah, you're right. He does have a lot of hair. Okay, I was wrong. And look, he has what appears to be an adventure style, and I know that they showed the first couple of minutes of this movie at DigiFest last year, but I obviously didn't see that because they started pulling it off of the internet really quickly after it aired. We were told that he had a old school adventure like Digivice, and we could see it right here in the trailer. And what's interesting to me is it looks similar, not exactly the same, but very similar to how Ty and Matt's Digivices looked at the end of Last Evolution.
Here's what I'm wondering about, and I wouldn't even say it's a concern because if they went this route, I'm sure it will still be good. This almost feels a teensy bit like a retread of Last Evolution Kizuna, because I can't remember the girl's name, but the girl who had Morphomon. Yeah. Like, wasn't she in kind of the same situation?
No. Her biggest thing was she was born super, she was a genius.
Yeah.
And she was very mature, so she
lost Morphomon earlier than most kids.
Yes.
But this kid clearly lost his Digimon, so...
Yeah, and it makes sense, right? Because this is supposed to be a direct sequel. It's from the same exact team that did Last Evolution. The animation looks just as good as Last Evolution's animation. So I wonder if we're going to be picking up that story thread, because as we know, it was confirmed that the epilogue of 02 is still canon.
Yeah.
So we know that, these Digimon that get lost have to be found again, right? So I wonder if we're going to pick that thread up in this movie, and this character, Uwada, is going to be used to kind of explain how that happens. And I'm kind of pushing this theory because I would love to see Agumon come back again, and Gabumon.
Oh, of course you would. You were literally telling me before this how you want any excuse for Ty to be back, which he will be in some capacity.
Baby Ty will be back. So I'm really curious about that. Because that's what that's pointing out to me. Except his is more like cracked as opposed to Ty's and Matt's, which turned to stone. But maybe this movie will kind of explain, like, just in general, how that bond because it's all about the bond between the partners, between the humans and Digimon. Because he's implying in this trailer, if the subtitles are to be believed, that it's all a lie. That human and Digimon were not supposed to be partners. And their whole partnership has been a lie, a fabrication built. All of the things that have happened in Adventure and Adventure 02 is just a lie. It's all built on a house of cards. And I'm really curious to touch on that, because that's very different from Last Evolution, from like the Meikumon and stuff in Tri, even the stuff from the original 02 series. So that's a really fascinating thing. Like, what does that mean? Like, what is, like, that intrigues me.
Yeah.
What secrets does this person know? Does Uwada know that we, the audience, have not yet to learn? And I think how it's similar to Last Evolution is it's introducing a new piece of lore to this franchise that we, the audience, have not known yet, but it exists. Apparently it exists in some capacity. So I'm really curious about that. We see the rest of the O2 cast.
Yeah.
Cody, my boy Cody, looking really big. I think this is supposed to take place in 2012, so like slightly after Last Evolution, or maybe a little after, if I remember correctly, which is 10 years after the events of 02, obviously. We see Kari, and it's weird because the giant Digi-Egg in the sky also harkens back to the original OVA, right? Where Paramon gets like cracked out of it or hatched out of it, right?
Oh god.
If I remember correctly.
Yes, I think that I feel like looked even grittier than this does, but no, I definitely see kind of the traces of that as well. But it's interesting in the sense that, man, it's been so long since I've seen that OVA, but obviously this looks like it's gonna be an even more insane threat.
Yeah, I mean, we have TK, and we have Kari, we have Gajumon, we have Cody, and we have Armadillomon.
Oh no, the internet, just like the other
internet.
OVA.
Oh no, the internet. Yeah, Times. That looks like Times Square, or it could be Japan.
Tokyo. That
yeah.
could be Tokyo.
Davis.
I love the moment where Yoli's the one that excitedly gets everyone to get going.
Yeah, and then we have obviously the return of Okumon here, which so we know they come back. That Digimon comes back. We have Ken, Yoli, and her D3. Everyone's so it's weird because we have the D3s. This has to be the climax because there's lights all over the place.
Yeah.
So like in Last Evolution where they start with the dope cell phone digivices, which I still love, and I would still love for someone to actually make those into phone cases because I want one so badly. Because we see that too, because see here you have Ken and Davis's cell phone digivices when they do the first fusion digivolution to create Paildramon. And so we know that there's going to be a lot of digivolutions going on. There's going to be a lot of stuff going on in terms of like Digimon. My gosh, that looks so
a great
good.
shot.
That looks so. Paildramon looks great. Angemon leading the charge looks great with all the other champion forms of the O2 kids. We have a little baby Owada.
Oh yeah, that stuck out to me immediately.
Vmon's great. We have Davis and Ken in what looks like the internet.
Yeah.
What looks like kind of the internetscape of My War Game and The Last Evolution, which I think is really cool.
Can we just acknowledge those glasses he's wearing in lieu of the goggles?
I kind of love that though. That's so Davis, right?
It's so him as an older person.
Like it took me a while to
like Davis.
Yeah, and I love that we have like Davis and Ken coming together because their friendship also really helps me bond with Davis. And man, this shot's great. All of the O2 kids with Imperial Dramon and the two angels and the champion forms. That's awesome. Everyone looks so cool. Cody looks a lot like Izzy in this movie. Okay, and then we have Imperial Dramon fighter form to end the trailer. Yeah, but it took me a while to kind of get on board with Davis, right?
Yeah.
Because Davis, to me, like, as someone who really fell in love with adventure as a kid, and then immediately we jumped into O2 and I started watching O2, if Davis felt so forced down our throat, I feel like.
I mean, it doesn't help that you're also the biggest Tai stan ever. And this is
Tai for life.
And this is the guy that's taking his place as the team leader.
And kind of the first episode of O2 doesn't really help. No. It's meant to be like a passing of the torch, but it feels very forced and contrived, where Tai essentially, like, literally hands Davis his goggles.
Which, to be fair, you could read that as, oh, he broke his other one, so he's just being nice.
Yeah.
But I guess for me, I was never surprised that happened, given that they were going to be replaced anyway. But yeah. I get what you're saying. Again, for you, it must have really hurt.
It's just it was very jarring. But Digimon is full of Digimon Adventures, especially the adventure series, as it gets older, especially into Tri and Last Evolution. It's all about growing older and it's all about change. Mm-hmm. And what really latched me on to Davis was just how this guy is just a big old loaf, but he's so he's just a big old oaf, like a big, galuga, what the old people say. And he's just so endearing and he just knows himself so well. And there's something so incredibly endearing about that quality in a person. To what really, the thing that sold me on Davis was when they were talking about like what they wanted to be.
Oh yeah.
His dream is he just wants to be like a really good ramen chef. And that's so sweet and that's so simple. And Davis is such a simple character, not in a bad way, and I don't mean that in a bad way, because like I said, I've really grown to love and appreciate the character of Davis. But that is how they were able to separate him from Tai.
Yeah.
Whereas Tai is very conflicted, and Tai has, like, it feels like he's thinking a mile a minute a lot of times, and he's always has these conflicts going on inside of him. Davis is essentially just stone. He is very firm in his ways and his beliefs. He knows who he is, he knows what he's about, and he knows when things get tough, I need to go.
Yeah.
And that's really, I really appreciate that. And then obviously him playing off of Ken, I really love the interplay between those two characters, because Ken is able to grow and move away from his depression and despair that he experienced as the Digimon Emperor through Davis in a lot of ways. Because Davis is knows who he is so confident in himself and the person he wants to be.
Right.
That's able to show Ken, like...
Well, and then on top of that, I mean, the kids had every reason to freaking hate Ken. And the fact that Davis was just so compassionate and accepting of him immediately. Yeah. And I think that's a great trait in him, even earlier on. And I think that gives them an even better dynamic.
Yeah, because I think... And the problem I've had with Adventure is, as much as I love the OG Digidestin, and I really, really love the OG Digidestin, because... those are who I grew up with. I feel like the O2 cast has really gotten shortchanged.
Oh God, I mean, first of all, Tri just annoyed me right off the bat with that, and then did nothing.
Tri really did the O2 cast dirty.
And that's why, even though their role was really small, I thoroughly enjoyed what they did in Last Evolution in Kizuna. I was okay with them not being the focus because it really wasn't their movie, but the fact that it felt redemptive after what happened with Tri, and then the fact that even if we weren't getting this movie at the time when Kizuna came out, at least there were hints about it.
Yeah, they seemed important to the plot of Last Evolution, which could, because they were. And outside of Ty, Matt, and Izzy, the O2 cast, which includes Kari and TK, because they are O2 Digidestin as well as OG Digidestin, I feel they got the most screen time out of those three characters. So they definitely improved in Last Evolution. And now to see that baton pass, and who knows, maybe Ty and Matt will show up at the end. Maybe Omnimon will come back and we'll have a little throwback to Diaboromon's revenge, and they'll create the Omnimon sword or the Omega sword.
I think you're just trying to will this.
I'm trying to will it to happen. I'm trying to make it Digidestiny, as I would say. But yeah, this has become a retrospective on Digimon Adventure 02, and I would love to talk more about this. So if you guys liked what we talked about here and you liked us covering Digimon, let us know in the comments, and I would love to cover Digimon more on the channel, because as you can see, I have a lot to say about it. If you like this video, make sure to give it a huge thumbs up. If you like the channel, subscribe and hit the notification bell to stay up to date on all of our latest content. If you want to see more of our videos, click the link on the page. And until next time, guys, stay versed.